Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Hello and welcome to my gameplay streams for today. Darkside Phil here. Today is Friday, June 1st, 2018, ladies and gents. That is correct. Today is Friday, and it is the beginning of a brand new month. Alright, pretty good, pretty fun. That we're finally starting up a new month, E3 month. So it undoubtedly is going to be a hype month with lots of game news, lots of announcements, new releases as well. There are some prominent new releases this month that we'll be checking out here live on the streams. It's going to be a good one. Alright, today's a full day of streaming for me. Double stream day, and it is the last day before my break. I take one day a week off to have a break to spend with my girl and do errands and the like. That's going to be tomorrow. Alright, so FYI, full stream day today with lots of fun content. In fact, today is going to be a unique day. For those of you who are fans of fighting games, for those of you who are fans of Street Fighter, okay, this is going to be something very unique and different that more than likely most people covering the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection will not be doing anything like this, at least live on stream. I'm sure maybe some people will do edited videos for YouTube, which in my opinion are a waste of time considering YouTube just fucking demonetizes everything that you put effort into anyway. What am I doing today here live on stream? This is my first of 2 gameplay streams. This will be running around the same length as my usual gameplay streams, till roughly 4 p.m. Pacific time. So what will I be covering? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is the premiere of DSP's History of Street Fighter. I'm titling it Part 1. I don't know if we're going to get through everything that I want to get through today in one session. Alright. Now, what does this entail? Well, unlike what most people are doing, which is just battling with the online play of this game, which I've done for 3 straight days, and at this point I need a break from it. Instead, I am going to be going through the collection of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection here on PlayStation 4. And I'm going to be checking out every one of the games in its arcade mode. Now, this is not the Master Run Challenge event that I'm going to be doing later in June. That event is going to be crazy, where I'm going to be doing every game on the hardest difficulty in a marathon setting and really gruelingly challenge myself. I'm sure there's going to be tons of rage and stuff when I do that. That is not what we're doing today. Today is a completely different kind of event. For those who don't know, I am a long-time fan of Street Fighter, a lifelong fan of Street Fighter. I was there on the first day that Street Fighter 2 was released in American arcades. It was actually coincidence that I was, because no one knew what Street Fighter even was at the time. But I was part of this cultural phenomenon in the 1990s when Street Fighter exploded and basically created an entire new genre of gaming, fighting games, competitive fighting games. I was there in person in arcades playing on a physical arcade cabinet for, you know, the greater part of 10 plus years, until finally all these games started getting, you know, valid home console ports. So, my goal today is to give you guys a fun tour of the history of Street Fighter. Alright, what I want to do is start with Street Fighter 1, or as some know it, Fighting Street. I'll talk a little bit about that, don't worry. How a lot of these games actually have different names, depending on what region you played them in, okay? But yeah, I want to go through the arcade modes at default difficulty of every game, and what I want to do is show you the different characters, share some trivia, some game knowledge, some lore, tell you about the differences between the various games, strategies with various fighters in these games, game mechanics, as they evolved over the history of Street Fighter. You know, most of the things that we see in modern fighting games actually evolved from classic Street Fighter. You know, things as simple as tick throws, dizzies, stuns and restuns, actual basic combos, reversals, invincibility frames, super moves, custom combos, chain combos, counter moves / alpha counters. So many things that we use to this day in modern fighters came from these classic games of the 1990s. And what I want to do is kind of outline all of that for you, and show you the differences between the games. I just have a fun tour through the world of classic Street Fighter. All right. Again, most people probably won't do anything like this. Most people are only buying this collection to do competitive online play. Well, sadly, I hate to say it, I played this for 3 straight days, and even though it was hit or miss, there were some great moments and some bad moments. Since the lobby system really doesn't work, and I can't play against people who I want to play against, and because, sadly, as usual, some of these games are not really accurate arcade ports like they claimed they were. Super Turbo in particular running at the wrong speed. Third Strike having too much input delay, so it's very hard to time parries. You know, rather than me just sitting around being frustrated for 4 straight days, I said, you know what, let's do something completely different. I think you guys will enjoy this. Whether you're a huge, long-time fan of the Street Fighter franchise, or if you're a newcomer and you just want to know, gee, I wonder, you know, what's in this collection and, you know, how did Street Fighter evolve over the years? You want some fun educational trivia and gameplay mechanic, you know, breakdowns and the like. You're going to enjoy today's stream, I think. All right, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. This is going to be a more laid-back stream. If, as I'm playing, if you guys want to field questions my way, like in the stream chat, you know, I'm totally about that. I'm totally about being interactive with you guys today. It's not just me lecturing you. It's about having a fun, interactive experience and a discussion around Street Fighter, okay? So it should be pretty great, all right? Don't worry. I'm not saying I'm never playing the game online again. In fact, quite the contrary. I bought the collection, and I love classic Street Fighter, even if this game is not exactly accurate to what you would expect from competitive Street Fighter. I will be going back to it from time to time to play online. I'm hoping they fix the lobby system, because it really sucks I can't play against viewers or anything like that, because the lobby system's broken as hell. So I certainly hope they fix it. But I'm not, you know, this isn't the last hurrah for the game by far. You know, probably maybe once a week I'll be doing a session of online play in this game. And the good news is there's 4 games, so I could always vary between the games and rotate between them to keep it fresh, right? So, we shall have a fun session here today. Now, also, for those of you who are subscribers to my channel, first of all, thank you. May was a very successful month. We hit the subscribers goal, which is really awesome. All right. We have 2 new emotes today, in addition to the 2 new emotes from earlier this week. So earlier this week, we had the new Hadouken Hands emote and the Fireball emote. Today, we've got the new Ryu emote for standard subscribers. And if you happen to be a Tier 2 subscriber, meaning you pay that little bit extra money, you have now access to the Evil Ryu emote. Okay? I have to give 100% credit to these awesome emotes, alright, to Popsicolo. Popsicolo has been doing a lot of great work for the channel, including he did the animations that play when people cheer, sub, or tip a certain level. He also has done these new emotes, so awesome. Thank you very much, Popsicolo, for the support. You know, if you do subscribe at Tier 2, you will get access to the Evil Ryu emote that Sedella actually just showed off in the stream chat. And, FYI, there's a Tier 3 emote and a Kuma emote coming shortly that Popsicolo is also working on. Yes, Popsicolo just said in the stream chat, I like supporting the community. It's because he's good people. What we've done here in the past year and a half, real talk, is we've built a positive community. And it took a while to do, you know, with all the toxicity and negativity that tries to seek me out on the internet. But what we've done is built a very fun and positive community around my gameplay streams on Twitch. And, you know, despite a few road bumps here or there, people have a general, you know, really positive amount of fun every time they tune into my streams on a daily basis. Some people are shocked because, you know, they hear, oh, Phil's just about drama and he talks shit constantly. He's the king of hate, blah, blah, blah. And then they come watch a stream. They're like, well, what the hell was everyone talking about? You know, this was actually pretty fun. This is a good, you know, yeah, he rages and he gets salty about online play in Street Fighter, but, you know, in general, his streams are good. You know, and a lot of people are shocked that we have a positive community here who work, you know, and help each other and do fun stuff. You know. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, it's awesome stuff. And I want to say thank you to all of you who are part of this fun, positive, organic community that is growing, by the way. I should mention, you know, my overall followers are growing. If you watch my average viewership, when it comes to streams and stuff, it's been growing. It's been doing good. In fact, the month of May 2018 has been one of my best months ever, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Things went really well. I have no complaints. Like, I'm very pleased, and I hope that we can keep that up. As you know, it gets tough during the summer months, because during the summer months, there's a big decline in new releases. But we do have E3 right around the corner. That's going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff coming up that has potential to get people to join us and become part of this community for the first time. So, very excited for all of that. Again, thank you to Popsicola for the new emotes. All right, thank you very much. And everyone, please enjoy them. And maybe it gives people now to subscribe, some incentive to subscribe at a higher level. You know, it's very hard to get people to subscribe at higher tiers when really all you really get is a new emote. But we'll have new, fun new emotes now. So there you go. All right, very nice. Okay. Now, let us talk about the schedule very quickly. I want to go through the schedule so you guys know what to expect the next few days. All right. Then we're going to do a quick plugs segment. And then we're going to jump right into thank you shout outs for people who have contributed. And then we're going to get started with this History of Street Fighter event. Okay. First of all, before we even start, as you guys can see, on today's stream, we do have a streaming stats leaderboard at the bottom of the screen. It'll track total subs, as well as the current top cheerer and the current top tipper. I will be updating that periodically, all right, during the course of today's stream. So please keep an eyeball on it, all right? And, if you do cheer, sub, or tip, chances are, you may get noticed here, on the stream stats. It's a way for me to give back to you guys who contribute, all right? So just throwing that out there. That will be up there, during the live streams. Fair enough? All right, very good. All right, now, schedule-wise. History of Street Fighter is this first stream for today. Should be a fun event. Something very different from what I usually do. Later tonight, we're going to be doing the Crew 2 beta. The closed beta. I happened to get into it because I registered a long time ago. And I got into it. So I'll be trying that out tonight here on the PS4. 2 hours of that. We'll see what that's like. Crew 2 is a game that I first heard about at E3 last year. And it looked intriguing to me because not only does it say you could drive cars, which obviously is the focus, but you could fly planes, you could ride boats. There's a wide variety of gameplay elements supposedly in the game, and it looked pretty interesting to me. Now, how does that translate into the game itself? I don't know. All we saw was a trailer, right? So, tonight, we're going to find out as I play the Crew 2 for the first time, and highly dependent upon tonight and how much I like this beta, is going to hinge my decision whether or not I want to buy this game next month. Well, this month, actually. Holy crap, it's June. Got to realize it's June now, guys. So, yeah, it's going to help hinge on how I like this beta. Is going to determine whether or not I buy this game at the end of this month and I play it on stream here with you guys. All right, so let's see tonight, firsthand, how this beta goes. Tomorrow's my day off. After 6 straight days here of constant double streaming and everything, I need a day off to spend with my girl and to go shopping and stuff like that. So tomorrow's my day off, but even though I will not be live streaming, I will be uploading a bunch of Street Fighter gameplay over to DSPGaming, which is my YouTube channel where I archive all of my streams. More than likely, there'll probably be more Third Strike stuff up there. Maybe some Super Turbo. I'm trying to think what I got left. I know I have a Third Strike session, and I got all the Super Turbo coverage from yesterday, but sadly, I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do because the lobby system didn't freaking work. So I don't even have that much Super Turbo coverage from the lobbies with you guys who wanted to join me on stream. Then I went to play a random online play and found out how bad it is because the game speed sped up, and the game basically is highly abusive. I mean, I was very disappointed yesterday, so maybe I'll upload some Third Strike, and then maybe I'll upload some Super Turbo. We'll see, but I'm going to upload some gameplay footage to DSPGaming tomorrow of the collection. All right. Then on Sunday, I am going to wrap up my gameplay of Detroit Become Human. I'm currently in the midst of my my second run, which is my alternate choices run, where I'm basically going back through the game and doing everything differently from the first run. And finally now, in the final few hours here of the playthrough, things are starting to change dramatically. Connor, who was kind of the sympathetic android that became a deviant in my first playthrough, has now become just basically the agent of a corporation, a very cold, calculated android. He kills other androids with no remorse, and his partner already blew his brains out once. So that's very different. Marcus has become a cold-blooded killer. He's killing humans whenever he can in order to get his goals accomplished, and has directly threatened humanity. So that's very different. In the first run, he was very non-violent, right? Kara, quite frankly, hasn't changed very much. I tried my best, but the plotline has not changed that much. I don't think her plotline really changes that much till the end of the game, which I'm very quickly approaching, all right? So on Sunday, I'm going to be finishing up that run. I'm predicting 2 to 3 hours of gameplay to finish up that second run based on what's left in the game, although there are a few extra scenes that I'll be playing if Kara doesn't die this time that I'll be able to play through and see. So that should be pretty fun. And then I'm going to review the game once I'm done with the second run, all right? And then if I have extra time on that stream, I probably will jump over to Street Fighter Collection and do a little bit of random online play, all right? No, I will not be doing a third run. I just saw someone ask me that in the stream chat. That's enough. 2 runs is enough for me. If you want to see, even more alternate choices and stuff, you can easily, watch them. I'm sure people have done full, every option possible runs now on YouTube and the like. 2 is enough for me, especially because we are going to see big changes in the plot line coming up. I have no desire to really play through the game a third time, especially because some of the parts of the game are just boring to go through again and again when they don't change. So, all right. Then on Monday, it'll be the final major stream of the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. And what I mean by that, it's the final day that it'll probably be like my main gameplay stream. If I have not finished the history of Street Fighter today, that's what I'm planning on finishing on Monday. Plus, obviously, I will attempt more online play. I'll see if lobbies work. Who knows if they'll patch the game between now and then, right? But I'm hopeful they're going to fix stuff. Right now, the game ain't so great. I'm hopeful they will fix things. Like, for example, honestly, do I think they're going to fix... what the hell happened? My controller's not working. My joystick is not working. I guess I gotta go unplug it and replug it. I think my USB port malfunctioned on my PS4. But anyway, I'm hopeful they will eventually make it better. Because... just the fact lobbies don't work in the game is so bad. Like, I would love to play with you guys in a lobby. Of all these games, there's 4 freaking games, right? Third Strikes, Alpha, Super Turbo, and I couldn't even get a lobby to work for more than 20 minutes yesterday. All right, 1 second, guys. Trying to get everything to work here. Let me see. Yeah, now it's working again. That was stupid. How stupid that it stopped working right in the middle. But anyway. Yeah, so... that should be Monday. Whatever, maybe the end of the history of Street Fighter and the final session of... my major session of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection on Monday. Monday night, the return of H1Z1. I know that I haven't played H1Z1 in almost a week, and people really liked me playing it, much like me playing PUBG, but this week was just too busy with new releases and everything for me to go back, because, let's face it, games like PUBG, H1Z1, they're fun to play and hang out on the streams, but they're downtime games. That's not stuff you do when you're busy with new releases, So, I will start playing H1Z1 again next week, alright? And then next week we got new releases. We got Vampire, among a couple other games that I may be checking out. So, new release hype next week, plus all the ongoing stuff. Should be a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys next week on streams, alright? But, there you go. There's the rough schedule outline. Pretty a fun few days here. I hope you guys are excited. And thanks for being here, alright? Now, let us... quickly go through some plugs. Alright, and then we will get to thank you shout outs, and then we will begin with gameplay of the history of Street Fighter. Okay? So plugs wise, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for 10 years. 10 years I've been a successful content creator for the internet, and I've actually done this full time since 2011. Since 2011. Alright, I have been doing this as a job, which is pretty wild when you think about it. Playing video games, making videos, and doing live streams, etc. It's pretty exciting, and I've really enjoyed doing it. 100% I've loved doing it, alright? That being said, guys, it's all because of you and your support. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. Ongoing viewership, and even though there's been ups and downs, and the times have certainly changed from when I started, pointing my camera at a TV at a crooked angle to record my half-assed gameplay. 10 years is a pretty epic achievement. And thank you guys very much for that, and all your support. Obviously, the best way you can support me is to watch my stuff. Watch my live streams and watch my videos on YouTube, right? However, if you would like to go above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer or video watcher and contribute in a bigger way, there's a few ways that you can do so. The first is my Patreon. At patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. This is a monthly pledge campaign that I hold where your contributions help me out with the cost of doing business. A lot of things go into doing this for a job, including the incredibly expensive internet that I pay for, electricity, the cost of games. In fact, just coming up this week, I need to buy 2 or 3 new games, equipment, etc. Okay, and Patreon helps me with that stuff, but it also allows you to earn cool interactions and things that I give back called perks for your contributions. All right. So if you pledge to my Patreon, you can, for example, get premium forum access to my website where you can nominate and vote on games for special events. In particular, all right, people who pledge to my Patreon up to this point are now voting on games for a Patron's Choice playthrough. And I have big news, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to that, because I know some people have been tracking it, and it's been Jack 3 and The Simpsons Hit and Run that have been neck and neck. Guess what? A few people who had not voted. Half-Life 2 is now leading the poll. It came out of nowhere. It actually had been behind. All of a sudden, boom, a bunch of people voted for it. And Half-Life 2 is now winning the poll for Patron's Choice. So, if ever you wanted to have power over stuff that I do on stream and on YouTube, being a patron is the way to do it. You just unprecedented power. Your nomination of games and voting on games can formulate an entire playthrough that thousands of people watch, right? Think about the amount of power that you can have. So please consider pledging. In addition, you could get things like a private Q&A video made. I'm not going to go through all the perks. Give it a look over at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. It outlines all the details. I do want to say thank you to everyone who is an ongoing supporter. All right. If you are an ongoing supporter from May, your pledges should be processing today. And I should be messaging you shortly. In fact, what I should be doing is messaging you in the next day or two if your pledge didn't go through, just to let you know so that you can maybe, see if your information was incorrect or whatever. And I'll be contacting people Sunday night to tell them how to get their perks, their monthly perks for May, on the website, patreon.com. I'll be sending out PMs and stuff, okay? So, yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you very much for your support on Patreon. I appreciate it, and you guys are awesome. All right. Now, I also happen to have a merchandise shop, okay? And in this merchandise shop, I offer up for sale many different kinds of collectibles, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, pillows, among other things, okay? Awesome quality stuff. I can personally attest to it because I own a bunch of the t-shirts. In fact, I wore some of them on stream this week. If you watch my various videos and streams from this week, I was wearing a lot of them this week. High quality stuff, and if you buy anything from my merchandise shop, I get a cut from it. I get a commission. So give it a look over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. I'm appreciative of anyone who buys anything. You get a cool collectible out of the deal, and I get some help too. It's a win-win for both of us. So please give it a look, okay? All right. Now, certainly, last but not least, guys. Last but not least. If you're here live on the stream, and the reason I say it that way is because some people actually do watch this pre-stream segment on YouTube on demand to get caught up on everything going on, with me and the streams and everything. But if you are watching this live on the stream today on Twitch, and if you maybe want to get a shout-out, in particular, as I told you today, I'm doing the history of Street Fighter. If you want to get noticed, get a shout-out during the session. If you cheer with bits or subscribe to the channel or you tip me, via the PayPal link, etc., you will get a verbal shout-out during the stream for your contribution, all right? It is much appreciated, anything that anyone contributes. I've already mentioned we got the stream leaderboard here at the bottom of your screen. So those who are the top cheerer, top tipper, and, of course, a running tally of subs, that will be updated regularly during the course of today's stream. All right. Now, there's some criteria for shout-outs. The first being, please be as short-worded as possible, as concise as possible. The more quick you say something, the better chance it's going to be read on stream, and I'm going to give you a nice, full, intelligent, and interesting response. If you are long-winded and give me a giant paragraph, I'm probably not going to derail the entirety of the stream for 5 to 10 minutes to read it and respond. This is not a Q&A show. In addition, you know, rambling on, etc., or saying something completely unrelated to the stream, if I don't know what the hell you're saying, I'm probably not going to read it, all right? It's subjective, up to my decision whether or not I'm going to read anything on my streams. In addition, please try to stay positive. Please don't derail the stream with things like political or religious statements or questions. And please don't bring up drama. The bottom line is, this is meant to be a fun and entertaining gameplay stream for everyone involved. It's not meant to be a drama fest where you start talking about people insulting me on other websites and stealing my content and doing this and that. We all know that happens. And, you know, it's going to be an ongoing thing forever. I don't really give a shit, especially during a live stream, about hearing about it. So please keep it to yourselves. It's that simple. You know, we're here to have fun. We don't need to be derailed by all kinds of toxicity and negativity and insults and the like. In general, I'd say about 95% of the people who look for to get shout-outs during my streams get it. They're not constantly pushing and trying to, you know, get attention for negative purposes or leaving giant messages. But there's always a few bad apples here or there who just don't get it. Your contributions are very much appreciated. And in general, the streams are great. So, you know, really no complaints. Should be an awesome time, okay? In particular, again, with this being the history of Street Fighter and me playing the arcade modes, it'll be an ample opportunity for you guys to give shout-outs and for me to be able to interact with you guys, because it's not going to be me doing online play constantly. It'll be me kind of more exploring the games and explaining things about them to you, okay? All right. Now, if you would like to get visual recognition for any contributions on the stream, and you'd like to see a very fun animation play during the course of the stream, as a thank you for your contributions, you can do that as well. All right? How? Well, folks, if you either cheer 50 bits or more at a time, at one time, if you subscribe to the channel and wait a few minutes, a share button should pop up and appear on Twitch. If you click on that button, or if you tip me $5 or more at a time, any of those three things, you'll get an on-screen thank you animation that will play during the stream, okay? And it's pretty awesome. Those are also designed, incidentally, by Popsicolo, who made today's new emotes as well. And it's cool because you'll get both visual and verbal recognition for your contribution in that regard, all right? Pretty nice, right? So again, appreciative of anything you guys contribute. Thank you guys very much. The interactivity of these streams is what makes them a lot more fun than just, say, an on-demand video. So I hope that you enjoy yourselves today, okay? Now, subscribers. Will we have a subscriptions goal for this month? We will. It is the new month of June. Have I set it up yet? No, I haven't. In fact, I want to kind of mull it over and think about it before I set the subscriptions goal for this month. But I have a good idea. It's an idea I think people are really going to like. I think this will motivate people to subscribe. And it would be an event that would take place during the summer months when, in general, things are slow. Okay? So, I will have more information about that later on this week. Probably early this coming week. I will set that up. For right now, FYI, if you do subscribe to the channel, yes, you will be contributing to the subscriber goal for this month. It will help out. I just don't have all the details set up yet, so I didn't want to jump the gun. Okay, and no, it's not an Indies Marathon. Someone just said in the street chat, Indies Marathon. No, it's not. That's the idea I've done a million times. I'm not doing this. This is a new idea that I think people will like. Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay, one final thing, and then we'll get to shout-outs for people who've contributed on the stream today. Tipping. I just mentioned tipping, right? I said if you tip a certain amount, you'll get a, an animation or whatever, or you'll get a verbal shout-out, etc. Okay? So how do you tip? Because cheers and subs are great, right? They're easy to do right through here through Twitch. They're built into the interface. Tips are not. Tips are through a third party, through a PayPal page. So how do you do them, right? How do you tip? First of all, I want to say, if you do have the option to contribute today and you're saying, gee, should I tip sub or cheer for Phil, please tip me. Reason being, right now, this first 1 to 2 weeks of every month, all of my major bills clear, including my mortgage, my utilities, my credit cards, my loans. Everything clears within a 2-week period. And I don't start getting income until the earliest, usually the 10th of the month, because that's usually when my YouTube payments come in. And then I don't get my Twitch payments till the middle of the month. So all my bills get due before the money comes in. And it sucks because it's always tight. So if you tip me right now, whatever you guys tip me, I can use right away. Whatever funds you tip me are immediately available for me to put towards my bills. Last month, you guys helped me out tremendously. This month, again, would be much appreciated if you guys tip me rather than anything else for the next week or two. It's going to help me more than anything else, okay? So how do you tip? There's two different ways you can tip me. The first is if you're watching this stream live, if you look below the stream, you may see a grid of information on my Twitch channel page, including the rules for the stream are listed there, which you should read and understand. There's also a link to my DSPGaming YouTube channel where I archive all my gameplay footage. But there's also a section there that says Tips Jar. And if you click on the Tips Jar, boom, it'll actually bring you right over to the tips page where you can leave, you know, just an anonymous tip, or you can leave your name in a message if you'd like a shout out during the stream, okay? Now, what if you just look below the stream and you don't see any of that information? It's not there. That's probably because you're on a mobile version of the site, which is perfectly fine. On the mobile versions, it doesn't display any of that. If that's the case, just type in !tip, all right? And you will be able to jump right to the PayPal page from there, and you'll be good to go, all right? So please, again, if you have the option to choose, I'd like to help fill out. I wonder what would help out the most right now. Tips would help me out the most in the short term, so please tip me if you can. Otherwise, you know, everything is appreciated. Cheer subs and tips, okay? All righty then. Okay, guys. Now, it's time for shout-outs. I want to give credit where credit is due. People who've contributed to help me out. And I believe there was one person who overnight, actually when I wasn't even live streaming, contributed. Just refreshing my Muxy page here. Yes. Richie7ACR did a 50-bit cheer overnight. So shout out to Richie who cheered overnight. Thank you very much, Richie, for that cheer. I appreciate it. Shout out to the Honest Troll who cheered 25 bits. It says, why do you hate or dislike Keemstar? I do not. I don't know anything about the guy. All right? I know nothing about him at all. I can tell you this. I don't like the kind of content that Keemstar and or other people similar to Keemstar put out on YouTube. That's my personal opinion and preference. Other people love it. Obviously, the guy wouldn't be popular and make tons of money if he didn't have something that appealed to the masses. For me, that whole daily drama style video crap is just that, crap. It serves no real purpose. It certainly doesn't help anybody. It's more like being the TMZ of YouTube, which TMZ is also worthless in my opinion, as I said many times over the years. You know, I'm 36 years old. I have no time to watch drama videos and care about personal fucking information from other people and people who screwed up and might have made a mistake on the internet. And, you know, I just don't care about that shit. And I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but people like that who do that kind of coverage constantly, number one, probably do more hurt than good. Let's face it. They probably hurt more people than anything else, and they benefit off of that hurt. They're making a living off of insulting others, slandering others, you know. And I don't enjoy that at all. You know, me, I'm older than that shit. I don't need that shit in my life. I don't. I just want to enjoy video games and have fun being a gamer for, you know, the length of my life here. I love what I do for a living. I don't want to get caught up in so much drama and shit. I just don't care about it, all right? Now, the bottom line is other people like it. If you like it, whatever. Go watch it, but please just don't bring that stuff up over here. I really don't need to know about Keemstar drama or other drama. You know, there's other YouTubers who are very similar, who do the same thing, who brought me up over the years, and I just don't care. All right, so there you go. Shout out to Knows Nobody. Knows Nobody did a 100-bit cheer and said, hi, Phil, happy Friday. Thank you very much, Knows Nobody. And in fact, just as I promised, Knows Nobody is the top cheerer right now, so I'm going to get Knows Nobody up here on the leaderboard. So hold on a second here. And indeed, happy Friday to everybody. You know, for many people, Friday is the beginning of the weekend. You know, since my schedule went into effect a couple of months ago, Saturday is my day off. So kind of like, yeah, Friday is kind of the end of my work week. And for a lot of people, it is the end of the school week, end of the work week. I want to thank you guys for spending time with me today, coming by to check out my streams. I know you could probably be doing a lot of other things, and it's awesome to see that you come share your time with me and enjoy my stuff. So thank you guys for that. And thank you, Knows Nobody, for the cheer and for the nice message. There you go. All right, Lord Lamb just did a cheer and said, how come you like these older fighting games over modern fighters such as Mortal Kombat? First of all, I just want to make it clear, I don't dislike modern fighters. I play them, if you haven't noticed. I cover them all. I've played all the new Mortal Kombat's, Injustices, Tekken, and the like. You know, even Street Fighter V, which I don't like. I did cover it, okay? And it's not that I dislike them. It's that I find that a lot of them, sadly, have become a lot more watered down or gimmicky than the old school fighters. And what I mean by that is the old school fighters are more pure. They're a lot more primitive in a lot of ways. Obviously, they're older. But these old school fighters created core gameplay mechanics and things that became integral parts of future games. And so for me to go back and play the more pure games, I feel like I'm playing something that was more created as a tool for a competitive end versus, oh, here's a game that was made to be flashy, to have a flashy combo or, you know, flashy graphics, a character that looks attractive so that the masses will buy this game and use the dumbed down control scheme to be able to do easy combos and easy mode stuff to make it look impressive. When on a competitive level, the game ain't so great. And a lot of people will even tell you that, who play it on a competitive level, that no, the game isn't such a great game competitively, but because the game is nice or flashy or modernized, more people will buy it. You see what I mean? Back in the day, they didn't care about that shit. They were trying to make games that appealed for a competitive audience. And yes, if the graphics were nice, if the character selection was wide, etc., more people would play it as well. But they were trying to really appeal to this hardcore audience of people who wanted to go to arcades and play these games at a competitive level on a cabinet. Versus now, how do I make my game appeal to the masses at the expense of the competitive play of the game? There really is a happy medium, in my opinion. There has to be features in a game for the casuals and features for the competitives, right? There has to be features for both. And it's okay if you're one or the other. It's you know, it's perfectly fine to not have to be, oh, I'm an ultra, you know, casual player who doesn't care about the competitive play. Oh, I'm an ultra competitive head. I don't care about, you know, single player modes at all. I'm just going to be playing this game against people online and etc. Both of those are fine. But it's all about finding the happy medium. Sadly, what I've found in recent years, most of the games are kind of catering towards more casual audiences and dumbing down the gameplay. Like a perfect example of this, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, a game that failed miserably. All right, focused primarily on the story of the game, this story mode that really competitive players didn't care about. On a competitive level, the game was duty. The entire game was get one hit, leading to an insanely huge, ginormous, repetitive combo that was usually almost instant death, okay? And then at the end of the round, spamming a gem attack, which most people pick the same exact gem, Infinity Gem, and did the same shit over and over. On a gameplay level, the game was garbage. It was flashy, and, you know, for a casual viewer, the game looked nice when it came to gameplay mechanics, but the game was not fun. To play, it was not fun. And overall, the game ended up failing miserably, you know? And there's a lot of games that I think are ending up more like that. Like Injustice 2 is a great game, but online, the connections were so delayed that certain characters became incredibly overpowered, because even if you were playing them offline, oh, okay, now I can do my move that'll instantly get around their projectile spam and beat them easily. Play online, you can't even do anything on reaction because it's so delayed, the game ends up being watered down crap. So that's what I think. Like modern fighters, in a lot of ways, they're trying to be more flashy, more casualized for a wide stream audience to spend or to sell more copies. But in a lot of ways, they've lost those core gameplay mechanics that made games good back in the day. The games in this collection I'm about to play for you developed some of the basic core gameplay mechanics that created modern fighters, and a lot of modern fighters have now forgotten these mechanics and just gone to flash and crap for mainstream appeal, and that's not good. Okay? Alrighty then. Okay. Shout out to Lord Lamb, who cheered and said, how come you like these older fighting games over modern fighter? Oh, I just read that. Boy, I'm stupid. Let's try that again. Shout out to C. Dick. C. Dick just tipped me $10. Thank you, C. Dick, for a $10 tip. That's very much appreciated. So let me go ahead and get that up on the leaderboard. You are the top cheerer, or the top tipper for today, the only tipper for today, so thank you very much. And he says the following: I haven't had time for dropping by recently, but I am wishing you all the best, and with my support as best as I can, keep it up. Thank you, C-Day. If you do get a chance, definitely check out, you know, this in particular, this stream. You know, it'll be on demand on YouTube afterward on DSPGaming. Should be interesting if you're interested in the history of Street Fighter. Okay, something very different from what I usually put out. Okay. Fluffy Moo Chicken just cheered and said, are you interested in playing indie fighting games like Blade Strangers? If you've heard of that or others. I've never heard of that. You know, me, I'm a variety streamer. And even though I enjoy fighting games a lot, I actually don't usually get so much involved in the scene that I know about every little indie release and the like, okay? So, that being said, I am interested if it's something that people think I would enjoy, or if it's something that is worth covering, alright? I don't know anything about this Blade Strangers. You know, if you're interested in it, you want to see me play it, certainly, guys, send me information about it. You can reach me via email, darksidefell@hotmail.com. You can tweet me at They Call Me DSP. There's many various avenues you can reach me. A lot of the times people contact me about stuff like this, and I look into it, and I'm like, oh, this does look like a game that I'll cover or whatever, okay? So, there you go. But, in particular, like I said, it's not that I'm not interested in playing indie games like that at all. It's that usually I don't get enough exposure. I get so busy playing a wide variety of new releases, it's hard for me to see all the little indie stuff in between the cracks of the big ones. You know what I mean? So, there you go. Alright, Fred Flintstone cheered. Thank you very much, Fred Flintstone, for the cheer. And he did a rainbow flag. I believe that this is actually... I think I saw this on social media this morning. I think it's supposed to be LGBT month. Like, basically, it's supposed to be acceptance month for people who are not necessarily in line with the main beliefs and cultures of the mainstream, widely accepted conservative beliefs, etc. And that's fine. That's cool. I've always been okay with that. I've always been in the philosophy. Number one, I do not believe that things such as homosexuality are a choice. I believe that people are wired different ways, you know, with their genes and their hormones. And, you know, if you're like that, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has a right to be happy, and everyone has a right to, you know, to be happy in whatever way, as long as it doesn't hurt others. And quite frankly, I have not seen any evidence whatsoever with the LGBT, you know, movement or anything like that, that it hurts anyone whatsoever. I just think it's people who are just not open to accepting stuff like that, accepting to change, or even variety. I just want everything this one way that it's always been. I don't know about that. I don't believe that at all, alright? So, there you go. Yes, Law, Guile, Balrog, and T-Hawk month. Thank you, Super Slate. That's obviously what I'm talking about. But anyway, thank you, Fred Flintstone, for the cheer. Okay. The Honest Troll cheered and says, are we ever going to see FaZe DSP in the future? Honestly, I don't even know what that is. I think FaZe is like a gamer group. Aren't they supposed to be like a pro gamer group or something? I have no idea. Alright, I really have no idea. I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into pro-level gaming, joining a clan or a group or a sponsored team. And the bottom line is I would never get sponsorship at this point anyway because of the amount of negative dicks who follow me around, you know, just spouting all kinds of negative slander and crap about me. Because it's actually funny, you know, it's not that I can't get sponsorship, it's that usually when I do, these people just go and attack these companies to the point where the company's like, well, I can't have negative exposure like that anymore, you know, so sorry, you know, I can't go through with the sponsorship or whatever. Which is ridiculous, I know, but that's life. You know, I got a bunch of stalkerish losers who follow me around, and I don't really talk about them that much anymore because the less attention I give them, the better, okay? And quite frankly, there really hasn't been much at all going on in the realm of this stuff recently anyway. So I'm just enjoying my streams and the like, but no, I don't think you're ever going to see me joining an official team, an official clan, or sponsorship or anything like that. I've always said this, I am an island. Among all the other content creators, streamers, and everyone out there, I've always been an island. I've been the one guy who does things solo. I do it my way. And, you know, it's that simple, is that it's always kind of been like that. Especially because the kind of person I am. I'm very opinionated, you know. I have opinions that aren't necessarily PC or mainstream on a lot of things. I'm not saying that I'm fringe to the liberal side or fringe to the conservative side in that respect, but a lot of the opinions I have about even just games in general, game development, game publishing, and the like. A lot of people, oh my god, he's actually speaking truth, but it's a harsh truth. Yeah, people who speak harsh truths usually don't get opportunities. It's that simple. People don't like it when someone stirs the pot and speaks the truth about something that's making other people a lot of money. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, you're probably not going to see me in anything involved like that, and I'm okay with that. All right. So, someone named... So, anyway, how is your sex life? What a name. Just cheered. Said, Phil, help needed, please. I made a website for orphans, but it doesn't have a homepage. That is ridiculous. What a horrible joke. A website for orphans. Orphans, obviously, people who don't have parents. So you say, oh, they don't have a home. Har, 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 har. How dare you? That was actually a pretty cheesy joke. Har, 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 har. Hilarious. Anyway, thank you for the cheer. Okay. Shout out to William4442, who cheered and says, some idiot is messaging me saying you're doing this event because you had a terrible run in Super Turbo Online and bad runs in Third Strike and Alpha 3. I told them they're lying. Can you prove to them this isn't why you're doing this event? First of all, nice troll attempt. But, I mean, it's completely untrue. Number one, take a look at the win-loss record. In every single game I've played in the Street Fighter collection, I've won more than I've lost. So, number one, that's completely false, alright? Number two, the reason I had a bad run in Super Turbo yesterday is because, as you saw if you were watching, the matchmaking is completely broken, and it only matched me to the same guy probably about 10 to 15 times, and this guy was basically abusing the game speed changes, which are wrong. The game is running at the wrong speed, which allow two types of characters to be incredibly overpowered. Number one, any character that moves quickly, so Vega in particular, Balrog with his dash punches, or any character with fireball motions that are rounded, not charge moves, becomes incredibly overpowered when the game speed is upped. Because to give you some perspective, you're using a charge character. You need to hold one direction for a certain amount of time, then push the other direction plus the button to get your move to come out. When the game speed is changed, not only is your charge motion changed up, but in a lot of cases, you just don't have enough time to even do the motion on reaction. It's just not possible. Alright, versus a character with a rounded motion. Oh, Ryu, you can easily do a Dragon Punch on reaction. You can easily just throw fireballs. The game speed changes don't change a rounded motion, but they do change the timing of a charge move. So innately, Super Turbo is flawed in this collection because the game speed change fucks people over who play charge characters. Okay? Just real talk, it fucks it up completely. The whole game is unbalanced. So yesterday I played the same fucking Ryu like 10 to 15 times, and he whooped my ass a million times because I couldn't block on reaction. I couldn't do reversal moves on reaction. I couldn't do any charge moves on reaction, and those are my characters. I very rarely play with rounded motion characters in Super Turbo at a high level, so he got a ridiculous amount of wins. Alright? In Third Strike, admittedly, I can't play the game online at all. Like, in this collection, I just can't. I can't even parry, basically. I don't know how people are able to do it because I'm having a ton of problems even just getting... I can't even do medium punch, heavy punch, super with Ken. And that's like the bread and butter basic move to do with Ken in the game. I can't even do that. So, that's pretty bad. But even then, if you look at my win-loss ratio, I've won far more than I've lost. In Alpha 3, I had a crazy good run. I think the night that I played Alpha 3, I lost less than 10 times, and I won like 20 to 30. So, that's completely wrong. And in Hyper Fighting, oh my god, I did incredibly good. Again, I don't think I even lost 10 times in Hyper Fighting. So... yeah, whoever told you that is a liar. They're just stirring the drama. No, I had every intention of doing single-player content in these games regardless. If the question was just going to be, when do I do it? And being that I've now played the multiplayer for 3 straight days, it makes sense to do it now before people get completely and utterly burnt out on Street Fighter and don't want to see anything involving it anymore. So that's why I'm doing this today. And as I said on this very pre-stream, which you probably didn't hear... I'm not never playing the multiplayer again. I am. This will be a stream that's educational and fun, but moving forward, I will still be doing multiplayer sessions of this game. I'm not giving up on it. I spent $40 on the goddamn thing, you know, from time, and there's 4 different games in it as well, is the other thing. I'm gonna over time play more and more of it. So, don't worry, this is not the end of the Street Fighter collection. It's not the end of me playing multiplayer. It's just after 3 straight days of me doing it and being kind of burnt out and disappointed on it, I want to do something refreshing and different. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. Shout out to Atlas Telemon. He says, if you had to bring 3 others with you to a team-based Super Turbo tournament, who would you choose from your East Coast posse? I have no idea. Reason being, Atlas, I have not played competitively in like 10 years or more. I don't even know who still plays. I couldn't answer your question. That is something for, you know, if you would ask me that 10 years ago, when we were all actively in the don't blow this community and we were playing Super Turbo competitively and we were at a high level, I would easily give you a crew, but at this point, I have no answer for you. I have no idea. Ember Swaggins Charity says, Ubisoft confirmed that Odyssey after the leak, if you don't know, he's talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, by the way. He says, it'll be at E3. The title Odyssey is in reference to the poem that tells the story of the Greek hero Odysseus as he attempts to travel home to his family after the Trojan War, and I wonder if it will follow that story. Well, it will not, because that is just that, a story. There is actually no actual factual proof that Odysseus ever existed. It's one of the Greek epic poem tragedies. There was the Iliad and the Odyssey. And there was also, oh god, there was a third one too. There were 3 like great Greek tragic poems. And if anything, what I'm thinking, this Assassin's Creed Odyssey will be set around the time of kind of the Enlightenment in Greece, where you had the great philosophers who were thinking up these very, very interesting thoughts for the first time about self-worth and self-existence and you know, the meaning of life and the meaning of existence, etc. They had organized governments that were burgeoning and going more from being like, say, a dominating emperorship or monarchy into more like we the people make the decisions, right? More democratic. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that maybe you'll have strife during this time of period in actual history. If the game is based on the Odyssey, it would be based on basically like mythology. And I don't know if that would work. So I guess we'll see. But I think it's more of reference to the time period rather than the actual Odyssey, you know, work. I certainly could be wrong, and maybe we'll have more information, you know, at E3 in a week or two here. Okay. The Honest Troll just cheered again. He says, does talking about Street Fighter in depth give you orgasms? Oh, yes. As you know, I only play Street Fighter because that's how I get off. What? No. Ridiculous. How dare you? I know you're joking anyway, but... Atlas Telemon just cheered, and he says, a game feels very fast in this collection in Super Turbo. A 2-0 match is over in the time you play 1 match in Ultra. That's right. I told you, the game speed is wrong. What they did is... I can tell you exactly what happened here, because I used to play emulated versions of all these games on my PC back in the day, and I used to play emulated Super Turbo, and the reason I stopped doing it is because the game speeds were always wrong. What happens is when you run Super Turbo on a certain kind of emulator, alright, the game runs at the incorrect game speed. And when it does that, it changes the whole face of the game on a competitive level. It runs too fast. And, you know, Ultra Street Fighter 2 certainly was not the best port of Super Turbo ever. I mean, it was pretty much one of the worst. But that being said, the game speed was generally what it's supposed to be at a competitive level. This is not. This collection is not. It runs too fast. You're right. Sometimes you can do 2 entire matches in the time it takes 1 match in Ultra. It's broken. It's not supposed to be like that. And it changes the whole game on a competitive level to a point where it's not fair. And you're going to see ridiculous online cheating. Like Vega just doing wall dive spam, and it's so fast, the game doesn't allow you to even change your block to block it properly. I mean, that's stupid fucking shit. And it's not in competitive play of the game, but it is in this because they fucked up the collections. As I said, they did the bare minimum. They basically just took ROMs for these 4 games. They created an emulator package, okay, with save states. If you guys aren't aware, that's exactly what's happening. You know how when you start a match of Super Turbo, it all of a sudden just brings you to the character select screen, but it's already playing music? It sounds like someone had an emulator save state, and they hit resume or restore. That's exactly what this game is. This game is a bunch of emulator save states. So all they did is they took the free emulation of these games that you used to have on your PC, and they packaged them into, you know, an overlay with menus, and they sold it for $40 on consoles. That's exactly what the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection is, you know. And that's why everything's screwed up in it. You know, what did you expect? I certainly did not expect whatsoever to have this game be anything great. I'm honestly, I didn't. Oh, this will be arcade perfect. No, it will not. Capcom is they're so full of crap at this point. You know, it's like I said before this collection released. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, this would be about the 470th time that Capcom said something that's bullshit. These are not arcade perfect ports of the games whatsoever. These are badly emulated versions of the games in an emulator suite that sold for $40 when you could play these games for free on PC. It's exactly what it is. And it has all the stupid flaws of the emulators. That's why it runs faster than it's supposed to. So there you go. Alright. Shout out to Emperor Swaggins. He says, I also heard the game is made by the same devs that worked on Unity. Again, he's talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Hopefully it performs well on day one. Unity took months to actually perform well. By then it was too late. I mean, at this point, if the game runs like shit, I don't think anyone's going to give a crap about Assassin's Creed anymore. The good news is they don't rush out these games every year anymore. And that was really the problem with Unity, is it needed a whole nother year. It needed a year of game development, a year of polish that it didn't have, because they wanted to rush it out for their yearly installment, and the game was a broken piece of garbage on the PS4, and it was a PS4 exclusive. This time around, they're at least giving these games, you know, at least 2+ years of game development. So, hopefully this game had enough time. Alright, hopefully. We'll see. Doesn't come out this year anyway, but we'll see. So Alice Telemon cheered again, and he says, 2008 was your Street Fighter 4 blow-up. Now in 2018, we come full circle. This is going to be a cool stream. 10-year hype. Yeah, you know, 2008, actually it was 2009, because 2008 was when, if I remember correctly, Street Fighter 4 was released in arcades, and then it was actually early to mid-2009 when it was released on consoles, and that's when really fighting games in general, but in particular Street Fighter, had its big revival. After a year, or years, a decade almost, of not really having prominence, fighting games had a giant revival, and that's when you saw all the franchises, you know, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, all had a giant explosion and a pickup again for the first time in a long time. And, you know, back then, playing fighting games on the internet, not a lot of people did what I did. Not a lot of people were doing these raw sets of gameplay and just sharing that with the world. A lot of people would just do tutorial videos and the like, and me sharing my raw gameplay experiences with live commentary was very different from what people were used to, and it blew up on YouTube. You're right. Today, not so much. Today, you've got 4 zillion people all doing it, and people all have their own favorite personalities who do it. And a lot of people just edit out their shit, you know, oh, I'm going to edit out all the downtime and everything, instead of uploading the raw footage like I do. So, that's why today, I think, will be a very different kind of experience, okay? Today will be very different with what I'm about to do, compared to what I usually do. So, I hope you guys enjoy it, okay? Alright, so one final reminder, guys, if you cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a shout-out. As you can see, I've already updated the stream stats leaderboard here. I think, sadly, we might have dropped in sub count, because I don't think we got a single new sub during pre-stream. Yep, we went down by 1. But if you cheer, sub, or tip today, I will update the leaderboard. If you beat the current top cheer of 100 bits or the current top tip of $10, I'll get you up there. I also do want to finally end this pre-stream. Alright. Let's see here. I want to do a top 10 thank yous to the people who contributed the most with bits this week, alright? So, number 10, Insomniatic Me. Number 9, Black Mage C-Type. Number 8, Vasharano. Number 7, Arclight. Number 6, Infinite. Number 5, Yusuke. Number 4, Deluxe Swine. Number 3, Smart Weirdo. Second place, Mark McCauley. And then in first, King Swaggins. So thank you guys for your contributions here this week. Very much appreciated. And again, one final reminder, if you are going to contribute, I prefer tips today. Tips will help me out more than anything else. And you can tip either by looking below the stream and clicking on the tip jar button, or by typing in !tip into the stream chat to bring up the link. Alright, that's it. Let's end pre-stream. Let's begin with DSP's History of Street Fighter. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. It should be fun. Let's get the show on the road.